Hey there, and welcome to the Market Access. Today we will talk about personal budgeting, and we will provide you with some ideas and guidelines to help you manage your finances. Let's get started. First of all, I would like to start by saying that there is not a right way or a wrong way to manage your monthly budget. It all depends on the type of person you are and what methods work best for you. To some people, it might be easier to budget in an extremely detailed fashion where every dollar spent on a daily basis is accounted for, and some people simply create a couple of bigger categories of expenses and give themselves a spending limit without counting every penny going out of their pockets. Detailed budgeting might work for someone who is very analytical and must keep himself accountable, but it might not be the right way to budget for someone who gets stressed out a lot when it comes to keeping track of things. This being said, every individual must choose the budgeting strategy that best suits their personality and that turns out to be the most effective with the least amount of stress. Regardless of which strategy someone chooses, there are some common rules and guidelines to follow to be effective in managing your money. First and only rule. The first rule, which to some of you may seem obvious, but trust me, there are way too many people out there that do not comprehend the importance of this rule. The rule is that your expenses should never exceed your income. Let me say this one more time. Your expenses should never exceed your income. It might really seem obvious, but do you actually follow this rule on a monthly basis? The average annual salary in the US is around $50,000. This means that the average monthly income is around $4,000. I am rounding all the numbers up just to keep things simple and clear. Therefore, if we took all of our monthly expenses and added them up, would they amount to $4,000 or would they be lower or higher? The most important thing when budgeting is the bottom line. I can't stress this enough. If my monthly income is $4,000, my monthly expenses should be lower than that number. Always. Alright, moving on. Creating a budget. So now we know that our expenses must be lower than our income. Okay, how do we manage this? Depending on what works for you, you could either grab a piece of paper and a pen, or open an Excel file, or even open a Word budget template and get to work. Now you have your piece of paper and you decide to divide it into two columns. On one side, you list all of your income streams. For example, somebody could be working two jobs, so that person would write job 1, $3,000, and job 2, $1,000. And on the other side, you start writing all of your expenses. Start with your cost of living. For example, your mortgage payment, car loan, your utility bills, and so on. List all of your fixed costs that are necessary in order for you to keep living your life. Then to that, add all your groceries, your transportation costs, gas money, car inspection, insurance, homeowner's insurance, and the list goes on and on. Basically, you should end up having a list of all your detailed monthly expenses, including the fun or miscellaneous category. Repeat this process for 2 or 3 months and try to be ever more so detailed in listing all of your expenses. It will help you during the creation of your actual budget. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. After 3 months, you have a detailed list of all your income and all your expenses. Now, you must budget for the next month in order to keep your expenses lower than your income. There's a general belief when it comes to personal budgeting that all your expenses should be divided in 3 major categories. The first one is the cost of living, which should take up to 50% of your monthly income. The second one is fun or the wants category, which should take up 30% of your monthly income. And the third one is saving and investing, which should take up the remaining 20%. All in all, this is a great way to divide your expenses in simple categories. Now, what happens if your expenses do not fit into the percentages that I just described, especially the cost of living and the fun category? Well, if your expenses exceed these percentages, it is possible that you are living above your means. This means that your lifestyle is not sustainable and it will not allow you to effectively manage your income. For the budget to be effective, you must reduce your expenses to fit into these categories. I understand that perhaps some of the expenses in the first category, the cost of living, could be a little bit complicated to reduce, but in that case, you must reduce the expenses that you have in the fun category. So here's a quick example of what a sustainable budget should look like for a person with $4,000 average monthly income. You have on the left side your total income, which is $4,000, and on the right side you have your total expenses. So the cost of living, $2,000, the fun, $1,200, and the saving and investing category, which is $800. Now, here's a breakdown of the expenses, such as the cost of living. You have a mortgage payment, car loan, utilities, groceries, gas, car insurance, homeowners insurance, and all these numbers add up to be exactly $2,000, so 50% of your income. Then in the fun category, you have takeout, $200, vacation, $300, date nights, gym membership, and shopping, $300. All of that is 30% of your monthly income. And lastly, you have your savings and investing account category. Your index fund investment, your retirement fund investment, your savings account, and your emergency fund. In my opinion, the easiest way to reduce your expenses is to reduce your fun costs. You should never ever sacrifice your saving and investing budget to increase your fun expenses, because perhaps you do not realize it just yet, but the savings and investing portion is what will let you accomplish your future goals and what will let you maintain your lifestyle even when you retire and your income will inevitably drop. This is just a budget example for a single person living alone with no kids. A couple's budget will be different than this one, and a married couple with kids' budget will be different as well. You need to tailor your budget on yourself, your lifestyle, and your current life situation. The key point in making a budget is to know exactly how you spend your money in order to make adjustments to manage your income more efficiently. Try to make your own budget or find a template on the internet. List all your expenses for about 3 months and then start adjusting your spending choices accordingly so that you can manage effectively your income streams. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you have any requests on financial how-to videos, let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you next time.